Another one is server hardware and operating system. Again, even for your hardwares. And let me ask you, what are some example of hardware? Just type real quick if you don't mind. What are some example of hardwares? If you don't mind, just go ahead. What are some example of hardwares out there? Just type anyone. Just go ahead. What are some example of hardwares? Desktop, love it. Printers, yes. Go ahead. Laptop, desktop, yes. Servers, yes. Remember again, even your routers, your, every one of those typical devices, they are your hardwares because now your blade, your even Internet of Things, your mobile devices, anything that connects your network, even some custom tools your organizations are using. A good example, if you're in manufacturing, some of them will check the level of carbon dioxide, level of chemicals. All of those are considered hardware in your organization. Your motherboard, all of those are hardware, right? So now, guess what? Because there is a concept called the backdoor. Because you don't want to look, yes, I may not attack you directly, but we can use backdoor to get stuff. So because of that, even your hardware, the configuration must be, you know, um, monitored. The way you set it up, the credentials around it, the disabling of unnecessary service. Let's type this together if you don't mind. Disable unnecessary service. Everybody, if you don't mind, please. Disable unnecessary service. Just type that. I like that. Somebody said robotics. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's a big one. Can we say disable unnecessary service? That's really sad. Believe it or not, that's one of the biggest things I've seen in many organizations. They have all of these applications, systems, but there are so many services running in the background that are not needed. But the problem is that it's expanding your attack surface, meaning areas that can be exploited. It will make you more vulnerable. So the smart thing is disable it. If there's a need for it, yes, then let your people go through their due diligence, apply for those services or ports, then that's a different conversation. But for now, just disable it. It's a common thing out there. Software security patches, it's a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. Every vendor out there, every system, the likes of NASA, I think, is it every Tuesday, second Tuesday for Microsoft uh, Tuesday patch? So I think Microsoft has their own Tuesday. I think it's second Tuesday of the month or something like that. I don't remember. But go ahead,
Yeah,
NASA.
yeah, like for example, for the systems, they normally do those server patches, and they have their complete. You can just go to the Microsoft side and you can just view those. They have those server patches as well also on the Windows side. So they have the scheduled patches on the system. It normally depends also on vulnerabilities. Okay, so normally if there's incident that's not planned, or the people have reported that hey, you have a vulnerability that hackers are exploiting it, so they can also release that on urgent basis as well to all the systems and servers. So these are something that normally the cybersecurity guide analysts should follow most of the time. Like they have to visit the Microsoft site, their news, their cybersecurity
Yeah.
newsletters, the conferences. This is actually what they're going to explore. So when they're attached with the field, they know the current trends, what are going on in cybersecurity. This is something very important, by the way. Thank you for mentioning that, by the way.
Sure. Thank you, sir. And I know somebody had a question. I think that was Betty. Windows leaves unnecessary services on your right. Windows leave so many services that you don't really need. Especially sometimes it becomes a clog for you, whereby your performance of your system is really hindered in some cases. But you can use Task Manager to disable some of those things. For most of the enterprise users, organization, they will likely try to disable what they don't need. For you and I using our regular Windows, we probably don't care too much to go into all the details as much as an organization with their Windows server. So that's a good point.